Good day to all. Myself, Dr. Shakila, Associate Professor from Jamal Institute of Management, Jamal Mehmet College, Autonomous, Trichy. Today, we are going to discuss about vogels approximation method. So, this method is also known as VAM method, that is VAM method. This is about the VAM approximation method, where I had three types of supply and four types of demand. The first concept in VAM is we have to check whether the demand total is equal to supply total. So accordingly, the total of demand is 1200 and the supply is also 1200. So both the totals has been equal. So it is considered as a balanced VAM method. Now we are going to find out the penalty value of the VAM. So how we are going to find out the penalty of the value of the VAM is, first we have to find out which is the lowest factor in the sum. So here we have the lowest factor is 1 and the next factor is 3. So just deduct it and find out the penalty. So this is 2. So the next O2 is the lowest value is 2 and the next lowest is 5. So by deducting I am receiving as 3. After this, here I am having a lowest value is 2 and the next lowest value is 3. So I am receiving as 1. Likewise, in the column wise also we have to do. So here the lowest is 2, next one is 3. So I am receiving as 1. After this, here the lowest one is 1 and 3. So I am receiving as 2. Here it is 3 and 5. I am receiving as 2. And next one is 4 and 2. So receiving as 2. So all these are the penalty values of the rows and these are the penalty values of the columns. So for finding these, we have to select the highest penalty value. So here the highest penalty value of rows and column is 3. So after this, we have to select a lowest value inside the solution problem. So here 2 is the lowest value. Next we have to compare the total with the 250 and the supply total as 400. So accordingly we have to select the lowest value as 250. So I am just applying and finding the difference as 150. So the next thing is, here there is no total, so I am just deduct and put sign. Here I have no values, so I am marking as a none symbol. So after the same steps have to be repeated. Accordingly, I am having 3 and 1. Here I have no total, so I am cutting the just a D1 had been cutted. So after these, I have to select the lowest value as 1 and the next one is 4. So I am finding the difference as 3. So the same step had been repeated. So here it is 5 and next one is 1. Here it is 3 and the next one is 2. So I am marking as 1. So here there is no total. So I am marking as negative. And here it is lowest value is 1 and the next one is 3. So here there is no demand total, so I am marking as nil symbol. So here it is lowest value is 1, the next one is 3, so I am deducting and finding the answer as 2. So the same step had been repeated. So after this I have to find out which is the highest penalty value. So accordingly I am receiving as 3 as the highest penalty value. So I am marking and finding a lowest value inside the demand and supply. So accordingly I am receiving 1 as the lowest value. Then I have to compare the supply total along with the demand total and find out which is the lowest one. So accordingly the supply total is 300 and the demand total is 350. So I am selecting as 300. So and the balance is 50. Here there is no total, so I am just cutting it and find out and continue this next step. The lowest one is 5 and the next one is 6. So I am marking as 1. Here is also 1 and here there is no total. Here the lowest one is 3. After this is 6. So deducting and finding the value as 3 and here the total is 2. Here is also 2. So the next step is we have to find out the highest penalty values. Accordingly, I am receiving as a highest penalty value of 3. So I am selecting a lowest value in the demand and supply cells. The penalty value is 3, so I am selecting a lowest value inside the demand and supply as 3. The marking and comparing the uh, demand total along with the supply total. So here 50 and 500, so I am selecting 50 as the lowest value and just deducting and find out the difference as 450. So there is no total in the supply of O1 and no total in the demand 1. So I am marking as a nil symbol. After this we have to follow the same step to find out the difference inside the cells. Here it is the lowest value is 6 and here it is 5. So I am receiving as a 1 and here it is 2, 3. So I am receiving as 1 and here the next one is 3 6, so I'm receiving as 3. uh, Here it is 3 5, so I'm receiving as 2. Here it is 2 9 because there is no 4 because I had there is no total in the O1, so I'm just ignore it and find out the penalty value as 7. Accordingly, the next thing is we have to find out which is the highest penalty value. So I'm receiving a 7. So here I have to choose the lowest value inside the cells. So the lowest variable is here is 2 and I'm comparing the total of D4 and O3 as 200 and 500. So I'm selecting as 200, which is the lowest value, and finding the difference as 300. So the next step again I had to cut the D4 because there is no total. So just I am cutting and finding the repeating the same step. So here the lowest one is 5 6, so 1. Here it is 3 3, so it is 0. Here there is no total. Here it is 3 6, so I am marking as 3 and 3 2. Here it's 2. There is no total, so I am putting as this symbol. So after this the penalty value is 3. I'm selecting the penalty value as the highest one 3. So inside the cell I have to choose which is the lowest value. So the lowest value here is 3 because here we have only two values as 6 and 3, so I am selecting as 3 is the lowest value and comparing the 300 with 50. So I am choosing 50 as the lowest value and finding the difference as 250. So here there is no total, so I am just cutting the D2 also and find out the difference. So accordingly here only the thing is 5. Here there is no total, so I am putting 5. Here it is 3 and here there is a difference as 2. Here there is no total. So here I am selecting 5 as the highest. I am selecting 5 as the highest value, so it is the penalty value. Then we have to make an allotment. So here only 5 is the variable which is lower value, and then I am comparing the total of 150 with 400. So the lowest value is 150, so I am selected and cut the value and find out the difference as 250. So automatically here is 250 and here is also 250. That is in case of O3 the supply is 250 and D3 the supply is 250. So automatically I am allocating 250. So this is about all the values of demand and supply had been allocated inside the cells. Next step is we need to find out the total cost. So before finding the total cost, we have to set the route from where we had allocated. So here O1 has been allocated to D2 and O2 is been allocated to D1. So O1 D2 plus O2 D1 plus O2 D3. So O2 D3 plus O3 D2. So O3 D2 plus O3 D3. So O3 and D3 plus O3 D4 because here we had allocated, so O3 D4. So just we have to substitute the value, that is the allocated value should be multiplied with the variable's value. So 300 into 1 plus 250 into 2 plus 150 into 5 plus 50 into 3 plus 250 into 3 plus 200 into 2. Multiplied and added, we will receive the total cost value as 2850. 2850 will be considered as an initial feasible solution. So this is about a VAM method. Thank you.